Terrifying animals you are so glad are extinct. Do you think that the T-Rex was terrifying? A large number of other extinct creatures would have been extremely unsettling to early Homo sapiens who were unaware of their existence. Well, welcome back to Techverse, everyone. Today, we have the list of animals that became extinct, but it's good that they are gone as they are quite dangerous. And if there were many of them around now, they might extinct the humans instead. So let's get into this video without any further ado. Let's start off with the Helicoprion, for instance. The carnivore known as the Helicoprion had teeth that did not fall out, but instead grew in a pattern that resembled a wheel. This lethal whorl was tucked away in Helicoprion's lower jaw at some point. Although the actual appearance of this beast that lived during the Permian and Triassic periods is still unknown, some scientists have referred to the Helicoprion as a buzzsaw killer. Only one thing comes to mind: teeth. The dinosaur shark that has a nose for disaster. The Edestus is another extinct species whose precise form is still a topic of discussion, similar to the Helicoprion in that regard. In addition, Edestus did not lose any teeth, just like Helicoprion did not. Instead, it just sprouted new teeth and gums near the back of the mouth, which pushed the previous teeth and gums forward, so making some kind of tooth-tastic oral show. A scientific magazine published around the year 1900 assumes the Edestus appeared in this form. Some people have speculated that the mouth resembled a monstrous set of pinking shears. A crushing machine that is 50 feet in length. Around the same time when dinosaurs were extinct, approximately 60 million years ago, a gigantic snake is known as the Titanoboa ascended to the position as the largest and most dangerous predator on Earth. They could reach a length of 50 feet, weighed 2,500 pounds, and used constriction to bring down their victims. Gigantic aquatic scorpion. Imagine a scorpion that has a body that is formed like a paddle and is designed for swimming. Now imagine that is a whole 5 feet long. A newly discovered species of fish called the Pentacopterus decurhensis was found to have lived in the area that is now Iowa approximately 460 million years ago. Today's ticks, spiders, and lobsters all bear resemblances to the ancient animal that once roamed the earth. Walking worm. A worm that moves using its legs. These may be tentacles. They could have had lips on the ends of them, or they could not have had mouths. It's not surprising that this species is referred to as Hallucigenia fortis. Even if that is unsettling, here is some good news. Hallucigenia was less than 5 centimeters, or less than 2 inches long. A dragonfly with which you could only make contact using a tennis racket. Dragonflies aren't harmful to humans, and they're very pretty to look at. On the other hand, the maximum width of their wings is just about a couple of inches. Their ancestor, the Meganeura, on the other hand, had a wingspan that was almost 2 feet broad and was somewhat less charming. A monstrous fish that was capable of gnawing through bone. Approximately 360 million years ago, the Dunkleosteus was alive. It was a massively armored fish that could grow to be more than 30 feet in length. Its mouth, which resembled a beak and was designed expressly for biting through armor like its own, gives the impression that this species may have either engaged in cannibalism or fought over territory. Due to the remarkable efficiency of their jaws, they were able to quickly hinge open and close their mouths in the span of a few milliseconds. It is still unknown what the entirety of a Dunkleosteus' body would have looked like, but after learning this information, we speculate that very few other ancient species could have ever survived. Mega crocodile known for its battles against Tyrannosaurus rex. The name Dinosuchus translates to awful crocodile, and these prehistoric animals certainly lived up to their moniker. Teeth marks belonging to the Dinosuchus have been found in the fossils of T-Rexes and other deadly dinosaurs. This indicates that ancient crocodiles frequently engage in combat with the apex predator of the dinosaurs. Dinosuchus was discovered in North America and could grow to be 35 feet long. It was discovered in the same regions that modern humans go crazy over crocodiles that are 1/4 that size. A huge rat comparable in size to a bull. These creatures have been affectionately termed Ratzillas by the scientific community. According to the fossil record, their body length was 10 feet, and their tail added another 5 feet to that. Even though the Phoberumus pattersoni was an herbivore, these enormous rodents would have had incisors that were at least 1 foot long. Imagine what it would look like if you took that bite. Shrimp that are quite deviant in appearance. It's a shrimp, all right. It's a squid, all right. No, it's not a human. It's a horrific carnivorous creature called an Anomalocaris, and it had tentacles that had fangs on them. It measured 6 feet in length. Their scientific name, which translates to abnormal shrimp, describes them perfectly. Watch this chilling video to see what they would have been capable of looking like in action. A bear that is twice as tall as you. A moniker like short-faced bear has an endearingly adorable ring to it. Arctidus was the antithesis of that. They were indigenous to California up until around 11,000 years ago and were almost carnivorous. To survive, they would have required approximately 35 pounds of meat every day. They were almost 50% bigger than the largest polar bears ever documented in our species' history. Piranhas the size of a bounce board. Due to the enormous size of these piranhas, the scientific community decided to give them their species the name of megapiranha. They inhabited the Earth 10 million years ago, reached lengths of at least 3 feet, and possessed 2 rows of fangs. It's a miracle that any marine life at all managed to survive back then. A shark that would have made the movie Jaws seem bad. When compared to the megalodon, the great white shark appears to be a little more formidable than a goldfish. The researcher is shown in this picture comparing an ancient shark's jawbone to a modern shark's jawbone. These marine predators have gone extinct, but they are still considered to be the most formidable carnivore to have ever existed due to their length of nearly 60 feet. A Bigfoot that exists. Gigantopithecus was a species of hominid that lived in Asia until roughly 100,000 years ago. These ancient relatives of contemporary apes and orangutans reached heights of around 3 meters or 10 feet. Their meals were most likely plant-based, but on the other hand, men were thought to have possessed an arm span of approximately 12 feet. That's one ferocious bear hug right there. An eagle that was known to consume young children. Some species have been reported to acquire a condition known as island gigantism, which occurs when there is a lack of competition in landlocked areas. This is exactly what happened with the Haast's eagle, a relative of other raptors that weighed 30 pounds and caused havoc on the South Island of New Zealand. Local stories indicate that the Hapagornis moray was known to swoop down and seize children to nibble on when the Maori people whittled down the megabird's food source around the year 1400. The flightless and delectable bird called the moa was the megabird's primary food source. The mega eagle went extinct in the long run. However, it continues to exist in your worst nightmares. The great-grandfather of the Komodo Dragon. If every myth has a basis in truth, stories of fire-breathing dragons very probably originated in Megalania or Varanus priscus. These Komodo Dragon ancestors would have weighed more than 1,300 pounds and grown to be 18 feet long. They departed from Australia around 50,000 years ago, implying that the first Aboriginal peoples had contact with them. To us, this sounds like the stuff of mythology. A vulture with a wingspan of 20 feet. Argavantus was an ancient vulture that stood as tall as a human and preyed on livestock. It was able to fly despite its size. Terror birds crush skulls like melons. The Forest Ratsilla are known as horror birds by scientists, which should tell you everything you need to know about them. No? Well, they've lived in North and South America until about 2 million years ago. Their beaks were so strong and pointed that they could kill other animals by hitting their heads downward and fatally cracking their skulls. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel too, so you see even more of our incredible videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch up in the next one.